So guys, it's been a while since the last 35 pokes video, and to be fair, there's obviously a reason for that. But yeah, I just have to say that the last this whole year for the metas has been just kind of whatever. Like I played this game, I play competitive Pokemon for fun, and the last few 35 pokes meta games were not fun, therefore I wasn't playing, simple as. But yeah, June and May stinkers. I like, in my opinion, they were just stinker metas. But July 1st has dropped, and you know, it's a very special month because this is the second year anniversary of 35 pokes, and there's always a lot of special stuff that happens in July. So obviously here we have not 35 Pokemon, but we actually have 40 Pokemon to choose from this metagame. So yeah, it's kind of brought me back because I also left the council like last month as well, just because yeah, like I don't want to be part of a council where I'm not actively playing the metagame in it. So yeah, July has actually brought us back into the 35 mix, and you know, I think we have a pretty good meta on our hands, and you know, we're 7 months into the year now, and I can literally only say there were like 2 meta games prior to July that I actually enjoyed. The rest were just kind of stinkers. But either way, yeah, and we also haven't made a 35 pokes video since April anyway, which actually did well. That was back in April when 35 pokes had the ladder. As you can see, 2 videos here both got into the 1000s ranges of views. So yeah, we're back. And yeah, we're definitely going to be playing 35 pokes this month. But yeah, I just want to talk about the metagame quickly and my initial thoughts day one going into the metagame. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Join the kingdom on our way to 1000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are now 84 subscribers away. The kingdom is slowly growing on a daily basis. I want to thank you guys for all the support. But either way, yeah, let's start looking into 35 pokes, aka 40 pokes. This month, and yeah, we have, I think the overall power level just being higher than usual like always would somewhat make a better, like a more competitive metagame. Again, like that's just kind of my feeling. You look back at October 2024 where you had mons like Bishop, Doublade, what else did we have in October? I can't remember. We also had things like Snorlax. Like we actually had mons with quite high BSTs, and if we look at the BSTs here, quite a few of these Pokemon are above 500, which is actually a pretty good baseline to have a pretty competitive metagame. And yeah, pretty fun. We have a lot of Pokemon that are re-rolling as well. Like Simisage was last month. I think Slowking was last month. We rolled both Slowkings. We also rolled the Galarian Slowbro. And I'm just like, yeah, and we yeah, like it's actually crazy. You have Slowking G, Slowbro G. You got Slowking here. You also have Starmie here. Like there's a lot of water types. Quite a bit of psychic types. As you can see, Lunatone is there, but you know, Lunatone's Lunatone, and then we have a female Meowstic here. I wish we rolled the male one because like having a prankster screener would have actually been amazing. This one is just kind of arse, I'll be honest, but I could actually somewhat make this work, to be honest, maybe with a nasty plot. So I don't know, I think this one has potential, but I've been using it as like a screens mon, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't use this as a screens mon because it actually kind of sucks as a screens mon. But yeah, actually has some decent stuff good. Like I'm talking about a mon that's probably not even the best mon to use in the metagame, and like it's probably like mid to below average. But like I can see the potential. You have fairy coverage, you have psychic, and you have shadow ball, so you can actually beat the opposing psychics. You also have competitive, which is very nice to stop potential defogging attempts. Like spin is going to be the main way of dealing with removal. But like you actually have quite a few mons that could actually run defog. If you want to run a defensive Silvally Ground, defog Gliscor, defog Braviary, defog Rotomo, and even defog Flygon. Like again, this metagame is based because Flygon's in it. So obviously your boy had to make a return after like 2 months of basically not playing any of the metagames because they were not incentivizing for me. So yeah, but yeah, let's actually talk about some mons that are actually menaces in this metagame rather than some potential niche shit that I could pull in a tour and maybe get a few wins with. But yeah, let's start off with Gliscor. I'm going to start off with Slowking G because again, Natdex format, and we have 2 OU level Pokemon in 35 pokes this month. So yeah, let's move about Gliscor. What is Gliscor going to be doing? It's going to be doing the same thing Gliscor always does. Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, Protect, setting up hazards, setting up SD potentially. SD sets actually do have some merit now. I'm not going to say SD Gliscor's a common set in that deck, so it probably isn't whatsoever, but Because you know you have 39 other Pokemon to worry about, SD Gliscor could actually be quite threatening, and I have been running SD Gliscor to some pretty good effect. Now, I was running Facade and Earthquake before as my 2 attacking moves, but I believe you need Ice Fang and Earthquake. Ice Fang being able to hit you know, opposing Gliscor a lot harder, and I was running some sort of Spadef set. I don't know if I need to start running some speed just to get the jump on other Gliscors, but you definitely wanted some speed. I wanted to run some speed on the off chance that if I face a Tentacruel and they're running 0 speed, I can actually outspeed the 0 speed Tentacruel, rest in special defense, and you have a pretty dangerous Pokemon in your hand. I do think Ice Fang Earthquake does work better than Facade Earthquake for a few reasons. The number one reason is the fact that Ice Fang is still, even if Ice Fang is hitting grass types for super effective damage, that goes up to 130 base power. Facade's only 140 base power. The difference in damage isn't really that noticeable, and you're still able to 2-hit KO Rillaboom and you know, Rotom Mow, Bramblegast, and so on. And obviously the most important thing is just hitting opposing Gliscor, because realistically Facade is just bouncing off of opposing Gliscor. Ice Fang actually pressures opposing Gliscor, so that's why Ice Fang Earthquake is probably going to be better to run than Facade and Earthquake. But yeah, Gliscor has this, it also has Spike sets, it has Toxic, it pretty much does what Gliscor always does, and yeah, it's definitely one of the top dogs. Some people don't obviously like Gliscor's presence in the tier, because again, it's a very polarizing Pokemon in pretty much every metagame that is in, and especially for a lower level power format like 35 pokes, having Gliscor in there seems like something that just shouldn't be a thing. But because we rolled so many water types, especially water types that obviously have access to ice coverage, even something like Arctovish, which is pretty much the only ice type alongside Delibird as well, and pretty much all these other Pokemon have ice coverage. Even something like Lunatone has ice coverage. Obstagoon with Guts, you know, Flamel can obviously threaten Gliscor. Like, I don't think Gliscor is that bad to handle. I really don't. Teams should honestly be prepared to face Gliscor at all times and have their outs for it. Even people are running Fizdef Slowking G with Ice Beam, and that's always going to get the jump on physically orientated Gliscor. And I'm just like, yeah, this one is unproblematic in the slightest. I think it's going to be one of the best Pokemon, but it's not that bad to deal with. The second one I want to speak about here is Slowking G. Like I mentioned, Slowking G, you know, rolled with base Slowking, and in 35 pokes you can actually run both Slowkings. We don't have species claws, we do have form claws, so you can't run a Pokemon, let's say you can't run 2 Slowkings, like a Johto Slowkings, but you can run a Galarian Slowking and a Johto Slowking. There's no species clause, which is a nice thing about 35 pokes, especially since the RNG can honestly roll different forms. So yeah, it's nice to have. But either way, Slowking G, again, kind of does the same thing that it always does, specially orientated tank. Like I mentioned earlier, it can run Fizdef. It was running Fizdef. Pretty good Rillaboom check if you run it as a Fizdef Mon. Can actually beat Gliscor 1v1 quite comfortably as well, because you always survive and you have Ice Beam and Sludge Bomb. This is all you really need. You could go Chilly Reception. Obviously Slack Off is required, and then Chilly Reception is probably the last move. And Slowking G can enable Pokemon like Arctovish, which, to be fair, this guy is, I think he's somewhat on fraud watch right now, but I feel like if I start realizing how to optimize this thing fully, we could have a pretty dangerous mon on our hands. Ice is very good. Ice is a very good type in this metagame right now, in my opinion, especially one that's also part water type. So yeah, very useful to have. Arctovish does have access to Freeze Dry with a pretty acceptable base 80 special attack stat. So all of these water types don't want to be switching into Freeze Dry, and you also have the very powerful Vicious Rend. Not anywhere near Dracovish's power level. Again, you don't get Strong Jaw to boost that power much, and Arctovish, yeah, like, you're really missing out on Strong Jaw boosted. But yeah, Arctovish is not a Pokemon that you really want to be switching into, especially if it's going choice banded, and you know, Slowking G has set up Chilly Reception for it. Obviously the Johto Slowking can also Chilly Reception into Arctovish, and obviously both of these mons are quite good in the current metagame. Another Pokemon I think that a lot of people are sleeping on right now, personally, again, is day one, so eventually people will start to realize what is actually some of the top dogs in this metagame, is Braviary, because a lot of Incineroar usage right now from what I've seen. Rillaboom obviously being a grass type priority, grass moves, threatens a whole lot of these water types. I have to tell you, we have 7 water types in the metagame out of 40, and Rillaboom obviously threatens a lot of them out. And Incineroar is the best Rillaboom check, unless you're going clear Amulet like myself. But yeah, under most circumstances, Incineroar is a pretty solid Rillaboom check. But if you realize Incineroar's ability Intimidate and Braviary's ability of Defiant, you're pretty much setting up Braviary for success if you ever decide to switch in your Incineroar on a Braviary, because you get to +1 attack because you get to +1 because -1 attack plus 2 stages equals +1. Quick maths. And then you're obviously going to be threatening Incineroar with a super effective close combat, which most likely should kill it, unless it's like properly physically defensive. Like, you'll do a lot of damage to it. And yeah, I think Braviary is a pretty dangerous Pokemon in general, especially with like bulk up sets. I've been trying to theory craft like bulk up Facade sets and stuff. Facade for the main reason that you know, Scald Burn kind of annoys this Pokemon, number 1. Number 2, Copper Grigus has Will-O-Wisp, and even though you know, you can't actually hit that with Facade, you know, you're basically setting up Facade for everything that isn't a ghost type, therefore you're just going to end up killing them. So yeah, I do think Braviary is going to be quite a solid Pokemon. Other than like the issue of you know, these electric types, don't worry about Minun. Minun is not a real Pokemon. But Bolton and Rotom Mow are probably going to get in your way. But I feel like after a boost in defense, Bolton is not going to OHKO you, and you can just kill that back with... you could even just go return as well and just kill that shit back. But yeah, don't sleep on Braviary. I think this one's going to be a pretty dangerous Scarf. It's going to be a pretty dangerous Subtle Sweeper with Bulk Up. And it does actually apply some pressure onto Rillaboom, which is seeing a decent amount of usage right now. And another Pokemon as well I would like to mention is Starmie. Pretty much, I think it's the fastest Pokemon, or tying the fastest Pokemon, second fastest Pokemon with Floatzel and Lowland Persian. But yes, Starmie's speed tier, Starmie's damage, the ability to rapid spin, this one kind of just has a pretty good profile going into this tier. Obviously, Rillaboom gets in its way, and you know, it has to compete with the Psychic slot with other Pokemon. But Starmie's unique ability to remove hazards with rapid spin, and its you know, pretty solid coverage options means that not that many Pokemon actually want to switch into Starmie. Realistically, the only ones that switch into Starmie are like Spadef, Slowking G, and if you go like Analytic Life Orb, even this is taking a lot of damage, especially the ones that are deciding to run Fizz Def. Hydro Pump is low-key just going to 2-hit KO you, especially if you're going like Life Orb Analytic. And yeah, Starmie is one of the best Pokemon in this metagame. But yeah, I don't think there's much else for me to say here. I forgot to mention Cleaver. I think Cleaver deserves some mention here, because a lot of the games that I've played so far is literally Cleaver lead versus Cleaver lead. You know, guarantee rocks up, have this HO lead sort of Pokemon, and yeah, just pray you win the speed tie. I should actually low-key just run Quick Attack on like Suicide League Cleaver, because there's a few reasons why. The first reason is the fact that I want to always beat like Cleaver on Cleaver, not risk speed ties, because turn 1 you're always going to go Sash for Sash. But like, if you go Quick Attack, and they're probably not going to be running Quick Attack because they're going to go like X's or over Quick Attack, you have that priority option to always win that matchup, and then like just peace out afterwards, or you know, get some extra chip with Quick Attack, for example. And yeah, Cleaver, you know, I think more people are going to try and experiment with like SD sets. I don't know how good they'll be, because it's the issue of just being outsped by, you know, some other mons that really just kill you instantly. Like, I'm pretty sure Dharm is going to kill you Flare Blitz in like 1 hit, especially if you take rocks damage. But I'm assuming if you go SD, you're going to have heavy duty boots. But yeah, there's a lot of mons that will outspeed you and press you out, particularly Starmie. So I don't know how good SD will be. But Scarf, again, very solid Scarfer, and obviously a very solid Suicide lead, and pretty much the premier Suicide lead right now. But yeah, that's all the mons I think I want to cover in terms of the metagame. Again, I need to play some more games, build some more teams, realize what some other mons are. And I guess, yeah, Blastoise. Don't sleep on Blastoise, guys. This guy's kind of dangerous, I'll be honest. Especially, like, I'm not gonna lie, if you face a Blastoise, because assuming you use Blastoise, you have Rillaboom answers. But like, let's say you don't have a Glow King on your team or a Slow King, I straight up think you're losing the game against Blastoise. Even those two, even the 2 Slow Kings don't like taking +2 Dark Pulse, and Blastoise can't afford the modest nature, so that coming off of like 590 special attack, yeah, the outpost is going to do a lot of damage. So yeah, don't sleep on Blastoise. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy seeing some more 35 pokes content again. I've kind of missed playing this metagame, but the other metagames were just kind of dookie. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.